Well, football fans, welcome back to the Huddle, and joining us now is wide receiver Todd Barnes. Todd, thanks for coming on the show tonight.
Thank you.
Thanks, Todd.
My first question is, I've been watching all season long, and it seems like there's this 12-yard out pattern. It's all about timing between you and Manny. I mean, is it just perfect timing? You can't guard it. I mean, how'd you guys develop that?
That's just one of Coach Massey's routes. If you're going to play the X position, which is the receiver position I play, you better be able to run the out cuts. We run a 10-yard out and an 18-yard out, 16-yard out, something like that. And so it kind of varies it up a little bit.
Yeah, it seems to be so successful. I mean, the timing is right there, and you got to agree it's hard to guard a pass that when you turn around, it hits your hands.
Yeah, you're right.
For defenders on that
Third and 10, we feel like we can call that play and get a first down.
I agree.
Todd, let's go ahead and talk about Saturday's game. Homecoming against Harding. Huge game. You had 6 catches for 179 yards. You were in a zone. Tell us about it.
I don't know about a zone, but I tell you, Brett threw the ball great on Saturday. Made it easy for me. Just ran the plays called. It was just fortunate enough that they seemed to throw the ball to me often on Saturday in the first half and made some big plays out of it.
Yeah, you did. Now, speaking of personal stats, and you know, you had the 3rd best single-game receiving yardage in the history of UCO, but it seems like through all my interviews and all the people I have on the show, it seems like this team, they don't want to hear personal statistics. It's all about, you know, how the team's doing. Is that how you feel as well?
I think so. I don't even feel like I'm the best receiver on UCO's team. I get the numbers and the stats, but that's because of the position I play. Alton Lusk is a very talented receiver who people take away. People that watch football games don't understand some of that. And because of his ability, yeah,
right, yeah.
Exactly. Okay. So I get the numbers, but the thing is if you're going to take away Reggie or Greg or whoever, then we better be able to make plays in the passing game, and that's what we try to do as receivers.
You take one player away, that opens up another player, and if that player is talented, then that team wins, and that seems to be what happens here, you know, at UCO. So.
I've been excited offensively this year. We've been putting up a lot of numbers, and it just seems like every week someone else is making a great play.
Yeah, it's very balanced. Very balanced team.
Todd, speaking of the team, Reggie Donner goes down one more time, and even though Greg Briley does a great job coming in and Justin Matthews, the receivers have to step up just a little bit. What do you think about that, taking the extra load?
I think the receivers have picked it up blocking downfield. I know no one feels as bad as me about Reggie being hurt. I know it's disappointing for him, and I know he wants to get back out there and help us. But I tell you, the offensive line has played huge since the first game to now. I feel like Saturday they really contributed in a huge way of being able to run block, pass block, you know, do it all.
I agree, and I say that, and I ask people about the offensive line, the defensive line, and it seems like on this team, last year and even more this year, it's just things are starting to balance out perfectly. And coming into the midpoint in the season, you guys have to be pretty confident.
We've put ourselves in the situation that we talked about in August. This is where we wanted to be down the stretch, and we've won all our games to this point. Some of them haven't been pretty, but we've put ourselves in a chance to run the table. That's what we wanted to do.
Todd, the University of Northern Colorado took a loss on Saturday. It means #2 in the nation, and possibly, you know, it just gives you some more momentum for the rest of the season. What do you think about that?
I think it's exciting, especially in the fact when you start talking about hosting playoff games and stuff like that. I mean, that gives us all the more incentive to win out, so we can play playoff games here.
You're exactly right. Now, winning out is all too important about the playoffs and things like that, but no one looks past the next week. How does this week, you know, I watched Todd. What do you think about this team? Have we watched any film?
Yeah, we've watched a little bit. I watched Shaw Baptist. Everyone that's going to play UCO this year is going to give us our best shot.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to have to be ready to play each and every week.
Everybody wants to beat the best team.
Exactly. So even if they haven't won a game or if they've won a few or what have you not, they're going to come ready to play us.
Yeah, you're right.
So, I want to touch on this. Speaking of playoff games, I thought, at least in the last couple of years, that was the most fans I'd ever seen at Walton Stadium. I mean, I'm just a junior here, but it was pretty good to see so many fans come out and support the Broncos. When we're coming up to playoffs, how important is it to have so many fans there at the game?
I think people are excited about UCO football, and especially last year we created that enthusiasm, but this year again, because of the simple fact of they want to watch good football. And we've been playing good football every Saturday. So when you come out and you watch a great product on the field, we don't make a lot of mistakes, we don't beat ourselves, and we just show up and play smash mouth football.
All right, well, Todd, you had a great game Saturday. The Broncos are having an outstanding season. But for this show, that's all the time we have for this evening. I'd like to thank Todd Barnes for coming to the show tonight.
Thank you.
For Josh Moore, I'm Aaron Peters. And join us next week on The Huddle.